And the federal layoffs could have an impact on wine country. John Ramos has more on the valuable research that could simply go up in smoke.
In 2020, the air here in St. Helena was foul with the smell of wildfire smoke, and winemakers were wondering how it would affect their wines and whether there was anything they could do about it. The area took huge financial losses, and scientists began looking into the question, but now that research has come to a stop. The 2017 wine country fires that devastated Napa and Sonoma communities were just the beginning. Every year thereafter seemed to bring another huge wildfire somewhere in the state, sending smoke into the air for the wine grapes to soak up.
2020 is the year that took us down. You know, we lost millions of dollars just personally here at Visa Tui Winery. As the industry goes, we figure it's about a $3.7 billion hit to our industry.
Tom Davies, president of Visa Tui, said they weren't even sure how much the smoke would get into the finished product. They tried correcting it, but they weren't taking any chances of ruining their reputation in the industry.
We dumped millions of dollars of wine.
So the winemakers went to their congressman, Mike Thompson.
We need research on this. You need to help us. So, he won and he secured funds for us. We asked him to do this. And now, with a stroke of a pen, it gets taken away.
That's because the Trump administration, supposedly looking for fraud and waste, terminated the two scientists at UC Davis hired to research the cause and effects of smoke exposure on the multi-billion-dollar wine industry. Dr. Erin Rombaugh was one of them.
That's how I started working with USDA, because stakeholders went to Congress and asked for research to be done. And we were gaining momentum. So how I'm feeling is that this is impacting stakeholders greatly. They went and they asked the federal government for assistance in an issue that they were seeing dramatically impacting their crops. And 2.5 years later, my position was removed.
And after earning distinction for her research, the form letter she got terminating her delivered one parting shot.
It did say at the bottom that based on my demonstrated performance, my position in the agency was no longer of public interest.
Erin says she will soon be looking for a new job, probably at a university or in private industry. She says she will not be considering working for the government anytime soon.
It makes absolutely no sense. They cut 2 jobs, and we lost $3.7 billion worth of wine and inventory and property due to a wildfire. Wouldn't you want to have those 2 people researching this?
Those who have an interest in climate change know that wildfire and its impacts aren't going away and will continue to threaten the wine industry. For those who aren't interested, it really doesn't matter.
Well, the scientist says it appears that everyone who was terminated were still in their probationary period. She had worked for 2.5 years, but the probationary period at the USDA is for 3 years.